The smoke curls like a living thing as stained glass shatters. Through the inferno steps a figure, blue skin gleaming in the firelight, yellow eyes burning with purpose. In one swift motion, he grabs a falling crucifix mid-air and vanishes in a sulfur-scented bamf. This is Nightcrawler, not just a mutant, not just an X-Man, but proof that even those cast as demons can become angels of salvation. From circus freak to X-Men legend, Kurt Wagner's journey is Marvel's most unexpected parable about identity. So how did a boy hunted like a monster become the beating heart of mutant kind? Tonight, we trace the teleporting swashbuckler's evolution through faith, failure, and the uncanny resilience that makes him immortal. The year is 1975. A caravan of Romani performers flees through the Black Forest, their wagons rattling under the weight of a terrible secret. Hidden among them, a blue-skinned infant with pointed ears and a tail that curls instinctively around his mother's wrist. This is Kurt Wagner's first tragedy, born different in a world that murders difference. Margali Shadows, the sorceress who took him in, gave him more than shelter. She gave him the first lie he'd have to unlearn.
Hide what you are.
For years, the amazing Nightcrawler dazzled crowds as a circus acrobat. His teleportation disguised as magic tricks, his true face buried under grease paint. Until one fateful night in Bavaria, when the mask slipped. The torches came first, then the screams of Damon as the tent burned. That night, a 14-year-old Kurt didn't just discover humanity's cruelty, he discovered his own mercy. As the mob closed in, he could have teleported away. Instead, he rescued the very child who'd pointed at him in horror. The boy who'd grow up to be Juggernaut's pawn. The first of countless times Kurt would repay hatred with heroism. The X-Mansion should have been Kurt's sanctuary. Instead, it became his crucible. Imagine it, 1980. The Danger Room. A 17-year-old Storm watches in awe as the new recruit backflips over Sentinel lasers, quoting Faust between teleports.
Mein Gott, these robots are terrible conversationalists.
This was Nightcrawler's golden age, an era where he redefined what it meant to be both mutant and man. By day, he wore the X-Men's uniform with pride. By night, he knelt in the mansion's chapel, wrestling with the paradox of a faith that called him abomination. His solution? To become mutant-kind's knight-errant, a hero who fought with the grace of a fencer and the soul of a poet. But Kurt's true brilliance emerged in the shadows. 1987's Mutant Massacre. While Wolverine slashed and Cyclops strategized, it was Nightcrawler who teleported 32 injured Morlocks to safety, one by one, until his lungs bled from sulfur exposure. And when Professor X formed Excalibur, Kurt didn't just join, he became their moral compass, tempering Rachel Summers' rage with hard-won wisdom.
The world already sees us as monsters, labeling. Let's show them angels instead.
The new millennium brought storms even Kurt couldn't evade. X2, X-Men United gave us cinema's most haunting version, a man whose faith was cracking under the weight of his own otherness. That iconic church scene wasn't just cinematography, it was a prayer made visible.
Why do you stay here?
Stryker sneers. Kurt's answer, a whispered,
because God still listens,
reveals the core tragedy of his character. The mutant who believes most in humanity is the one they fear the deepest. Comics took this further. 2006's Draco arc forced Kurt to confront his true parentage, Mystique, and the actual demon Azazel. The revelation shattered him. For months, he abandoned the X-Men, becoming a wandering priest, only to realize his greatest power wasn't teleportation, but redemption. His return in astonishing X-Men 2012 saw him leading the team with a new mantra.
If even I can find grace, no one is beyond saving.
Then came X-Men Apocalypse, a gut-punch reinterpretation. This Kurt wasn't the charming swashbuckler, but a scarred gladiator, his hope beaten out of him. Yet, in his darkest hour, he still chose to save Quicksilver, because that's Kurt Wagner's curse. He can't stop being a hero, even when the world deserves his wrath. Today, Nightcrawler is experiencing his most fascinating renaissance. X-Men 97 resurrects the joyful acrobat we love. Watch how he winks at Rogue mid-teleport, his tail playfully swiping her coffee. But modern comics dare to ask, what if Kurt stopped apologizing for his darkness? In Way of X 2021, he founds the Legionnaires, a team addressing mutant-kind's spiritual crisis. It's Kurt at his most revolutionary, using his priesthood to ask if Krakoa's resurrection protocols have made them arrogant.
We cannot become what we fought against,
he warns, a line that echoes his entire journey. And the future? Rumors swirl of a Spider-Man freshman year appearance, X-Men 97 romance with Cerise. But perhaps the most exciting evolution is one we've never seen, Nightcrawler as mentor. Imagine him teaching the next generation that powers aren't curses, but gifts, that the boy called Demon can become a saint. In the end, Nightcrawler's evolution isn't about power upgrades or costume changes. It's about the quiet revolution of a man who was told he was monstrous and responded with radical compassion. From circus freak to X-Men legend, Kurt Wagner's journey proves that heroism isn't about where you teleport, but what you carry with you. So the next time you see that bamf of smoke, remember, it's not just a superpower. It's the trail of a soul forever leaping toward the light.